Hello, everybody. I'm Teri Lee, pure visionary psychic medium. And today I am honored to have Terry Suzuki of Kiguru Spiritual Journeys and Sun Psychic Jean. And we are the Psychic Triad. And we're here to welcome in 2025 with spirit and joy and strength and wonder. And we're very excited to answer your questions today. So we're going to just give everybody a little chance to come in. We're going to have a little chat. Terry, what have you been up to?
Well, I have been adulting. Um, I have updated my full calendar, which unfortunately it means some people had to move around because I didn't get things on there in time. But I have already booked a few
Oh,
physical markets, some
oh,
things for the year, and I had to make sure that I blocked them out on my booking site. And so it's I've been doing adult stuff and planning for my oldest grandchild's 18th birthday, which is today.
wow.
So
So exciting, and all our blessings and love and happiness to her for her 18th birthday. And congratulations, Grandma.
thank you. But it went so fast. How did that little teeny baby suddenly get to be an adult? That happened like a blink overnight.
Yeah. And do you I have to ask this question, do you sometimes still see her? You still envision her as that little child? I do that a lot with my kids and my grandkids. I'm like, "You don't realize, but I see you through all stages of your life."
Right.
Yeah,
I would say that happens to me too, that
yeah,
sometimes I take a look at her and I can see the little kid part.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, how exciting. Well, Jean, what have you been up to?
Well, I have been working on my winter special readings. I'm very
Yes.
fortunate, and I'm so grateful that so many people have taken advantage of the winter special that I had that ended on the 31st of December, and they could book the reading all the way through January. So I'm very busy working on those and connecting with many of you, and it's been just a wonderful experience. So yeah, and you never know what's going to happen. I learned from each and
Yes,
every
yes.
reading that we have together, and it's very humbling and it's spiritually expanding for both of us. So it's been a lot of fun.
True that. True that. Private readings are just wow. I don't think we know that we have a sharing of our auras and our energies as we read for someone in a private reading, which is just such a special connection, and it makes the reader and the sitter both grow. And I think that's just a wonderful thing. Great. That's great, Jean. And nice of you to give that special so many people can take advantage of it. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to take a minute and because everybody's coming in, Viviani, all rock. Thank you so much for being our moderator today. Really, really appreciate it greatly. Thank you, dear. Emerald Buddha, Cece Bear, CJ, wow, Venus, hi. Pixie Sacred Journey. Hi, Pixie. Oh, nice to have you with us. Mary, Emily, Lorenz, Bradley. Nice to have you. Tainita. Nice to see you. Debbie at Three Shifting Veils. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Okay. And oh, Danita, I'm catching questions as those of you who are familiar with how we do the show. I'm catching questions as I'm coming down and saying hi to everybody. Emerald Buddha, Jackie Cirillo. Let's see who else. Jessica Lynn. Hi, Amanda Carroll. Wow, this is a really great group. Okay, and I'm snagging. We've got a lot of questions, ladies. I'm really excited about this show today. I've been feeling it for days that it was going to be a very special show for everyone. So I do want to give a quick thought because the guides told me, go ahead and mention this in the show. So I just want you to know, if you do not know and you haven't heard it from the news, that the southeastern portion of the United States is going to be experiencing extreme, extreme cold, extreme. So I want you, if you haven't, take stock of what you have to heat your house with, because as the demand comes in and people turn up their heaters, there's a chance power could go down. So just run through your stock, make sure you've got food, you've got time. So the guides told me just to mention that, and if you're interested in preparing for what could come up weather-wise this year, which is it's going to be wild. That's all I have to say. We'll go into that later. It's going to be wild. So go and watch my show, Pulse of the People, Pulse of the Planet. It was like, what am I thinking, 2 or 3 weeks ago that I did it. And it's a full rundown on things you can do to prepare for what might be coming our way. And I just want to also say this, that a lot of people on social media are talking about this fog that's coming in, and they're fearing that it's an attack, or they're fearing that it's not a normal thing and that they can smell melting plastic. And I've just seen things popping up like this. So I just tuned into the guides, and they said that is a huge storm coming down, larger than we've had in years. And prior to that, it's got a huge inversion. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with inversions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Teri can relate. They're not fun. And I used to experience them when I lived in Boise, Idaho. I don't now that I'm up in the mountains so much, but yeah, they come in and push that fog and cloud and all the smells that are in the air and all the things that are pumping into your environment are trapped right now. So I did not get from the guides that it was anything to be fearful, other than if you do have breathing issues, take note and maybe stay inside as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So,
I grew up in the Yakima Valley of Washington, and they have winter inversions all the time,
oh yeah.
and it just traps everything in like a big bubble.
Hmm.
If you're really sensitive, my suggestion is that you may want to also incorporate wearing a mask, maybe, because it
Hmm.
can filter out some particulates. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but it can help a little bit if you're really affected by it.
Right.
I don't current. I live in a different kind of inversion now. It's not
Hmm.
the same way. It doesn't trap it in. It blocks other weather. So it's
Right.
weird.
It's just something to be aware of. That's my public service announcement, courtesy of the guides, because I just saw it pop up and I go, now, is this something people need to be concerned about? And they just reminded me it's a massive storm. So the inversion is going to be equivalent to what's coming your way. So
Mm.
you are going to smell nasty things in the air. That's just what happens. Sorry. Maybe, try to do some things that make you happy while you're staying inside. Uh, my husband and I just watched the new Saturday Night Live movie last night, and that was just really a kick. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's pretty cool. All right, we have got a lot of questions, and I'm really enjoying seeing the questions that are going by right now, ladies. I am going to just say briefly that we will ask you if you are present in the chat. If you're not present, I'll keep your question on the board. I'll come back to it later if you come back and say, I'm here. But if we pick your question, please say, I'm here as quickly as you possibly can so that we can go forward with your reading. The other thing is that we want you to know that we go spirit directed. So we will go as spirit directs. It will bless all of us and those who watch the show later. So thank you very much. That's my public announcement. And let's get started. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's start with this one. Hi, Tamer. Tamer Campalot. Hello. I'm feeling intense fear with no obvious reason lately. My thoughts are filled with death and past mom. Wondering if spirit has a message for, or mom is trying to reach me out. Yes, I guarantee you that. Ladies, that's a beautiful question to start with. So we're just going to tune in here, Tamer, and I'll be watching the live. Excuse me, and I assume you're here because you just asked the question. So just
Yeah.
say I'm here, okay? And then we'll be able to get to you. All right. Tamer, Tamer, are you here? Oh, Tamer. Okay. Well, we'll give it just another second and then we'll go to the next question. And Tamer, if you come back, I will definitely have your question on the board. And somebody out in the chat will let you know because we all support and love each other, don't we?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So, oh, hi, Hypnicity. Got your question. All right. Here we go. Back to the questions. Okay. We're going to go to Victoria Rose de Florio. I like a message about my love life. Anything spirit sees. Oh, Victoria. That's a wonderful question. And we will go ahead and read.
I'm getting, Victoria, that I see you going about your own business and taking care of yourself, and not focusing on others. It's almost like being the best partner that you can be for yourself, and be the partner that you are looking for. And it starts with you inside. I do see you not being the not being per not you not pursuing, but somebody else pursuing you. I feel like there's somebody who's shy, who may not have like all the fancy words or the fancy, you know, bells and whistles or the candy and the flowers, but they're just quite humble. They're friendly and they're nice, but they're a little shy. Um, and I think that you see their heart when you look into their eyes. So keep your eyes open and don't be fooled by the glitz and glamour and all of the, bells and whistles. Look deeper into people's eyes and trust it'll be like an energetic connection, and
Mm,
you'll know.
beautiful. Beautiful. Terry?
Well, um, Victoria, I I am seeing that you have the control here. You have the choices, and what they're showing me is they're showing me these. They look like electrical lines. They're like a black, brown, kind of an off-white, a couple more colors of lines. And what I'm noticing is that you could touch these lines with your finger and it would energetically send a message to these people. These are partners, potential partners. But then what I heard is I'm like, okay, so how does she proceed with this? What happens? And they're saying she has to know exactly who she wants first. So I would suggest that you do a little bit of manifestation by maybe writing down in the most simplified manner you can, maybe just a little paragraph about who that who that loving partner would be for you. What do you want from them? What do you want them to bring? What do you want? How do you want it to look to you? Um, and then once you have that idea, then basically you can manifest that. And but also what I'm seeing is since there are so many, there's at least 5 electrical lines that I'm seeing. So at least 5 gentlemen that are your potential partners or interested in you. And so the thing is that they don't want you to get too serious. Just remember you're in control. You can date until you find that one that matches what you want. So 5. Yeah, so 5. That's what I'm getting.
Wow. Okay, well, I've got some messages that kind of match that. I was thinking that guys are gonna direct me to the cards, but they got a message for you. They're talking to me, to say to you, You have time. You have time. When you're pressured, when you're pressured, when you are anxious, when you are continuing to let this thought of where is this person? Where is this person? When are they coming? Where is this person? What kind of person is it? Where is this person? That you're blocking out the fact that you do have love surrounding you. And they confirmed that. There is love available to you. It's surrounding you. And then they said, write your own script, which goes in with what Jean suggested, that manifestation. Write your own script. They said, write your own script. Just imagine, just play with the idea. Just write your own little movie script. It doesn't have to happen the same way, but they're telling me that this will release that anxiety inside of you. And then you will be able to see more clearly the love that surrounds you, the love that is available to you, and draw in the love that is coming to you. And it certainly, certainly is. The guys want you to know too that in calming your heart and soul in meditation, in knowing that you are worthy of a wonderful life, the life that you desire, those two things are very powerful. And when you do that, they are there to assist you and take that energy forward. They need you to put that energy out so that that energy, that vibration can go forward. And they're sending you love. And so it is. That's it. Okay. Wow. Okay, girl. I think the guides and angels gave you some marching orders.
Yeah.
And I know you can do it. And I know that you can take the excitement of what's ahead of you and take those suggestions and create that beautiful script. Okay. Thank you so much.
Tamer is here.
Yes, I saw that. So I'm going back to Tamer's question. All right. There we go. All right, Tamer. Tamer says, hello, I'm feeling intense fear with no obvious reason lately. My thoughts are filled with death and past mom. Wondering if spirit has a message or if mom is trying to reach me out. Thank you.
Tamer, I feel like you're empathic and you are feeling a lot of the woes of the world. You are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. I feel like it's important for you to say thank you for that information that is informing me of what's going on, and I now let it go. I receive the information. I no longer need that feeling anymore, and it's not your feeling, and you're picking up the collective. Um, I do feel as though you have ebbs and flows in your energy, and perhaps if you're in the northern hemisphere, that the darkness and the shorter days and things may be affecting for you, and also around the holidays it's a little bit of a slower, or people can get down, and I feel as though it's just a cycle and that this too shall pass. I feel as though you don't want to, or do you want to try and separate the two and talk to your mother? And when you want to talk to your mother and get a message from your mother, it's when you're celebrating, it's when you're laughing, it's when you're joyful, and she can come in and reach you. And um, I do feel as though she is watching over you and trying to whisper in your ear to just to let go and go with the flow, and this too shall pass. In other words, just be gentle with yourself. And there's a lot of um, energetic fluctuations going on in the world on this planet, and you're highly sensitive and you will move through it. So give yourself a little bit of grace.
Okay, well, Tamer, I was wondering who this message was for because before I got here, I was meditating and they kept telling me a message. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that sounds good. But so right away, when I tuned in, your mom came to the stage. And but they were saying stuff at the same time. So a whole lot of things were going on at the exact same time. Um, they're telling you to look for the magic. Look for the magic behind things. Look for that little bit of sparkly stuff that is behind it. They also want to remind you that there is no real death. Death does happen because these bodies wear out, but your soul never wears out. Your spirit and soul go on. Everybody's spirit and soul goes on. And so they want you to remember that and to look for the magic in all things. Look for the good part in all things. Um, and then mom says, she came in right away and she says, oh, if I could only, hold you and comfort you like when you were a little child. She said, I would certainly do it. But she also said something to herself that I don't think she thought that I would catch it, but I caught it. I caught her saying something to herself. And she said, Lord knows I wasn't very good at that when you were a little baby, though. So I don't think she was I think that she thinks she could have done better comforting you as a child, but she wishes that could be so now. So, Mom, let me ask you real quick. So, Mom, do you see now, though, that you can provide comfort just from a different direction? Yes, she does. And the other thing, just in case it makes any sense at all to you, she's showing me a blue plaid. This blue plaid seems to make a difference. It means something. I don't know what it means, but it's kind of a light blue plaid with black stripes and white stripes in it. Okay, that's what I got.
Wow. All right. Beautiful messages, ladies. I got kind of a mixed message, both from guides and then I believe from your mother. Um, I felt her soul step in, and in a sense, it kind of goes with what Teri was saying. She's saying, know me now as a powerful soul that stands beside you. I'm here. You must reach me in joy. You must reach me in peace. That is where I can clearly speak to your heart. Close your eyes and feel my love surrounding you. Know that you have the power to walk the journey, to have the faith in knowing that you will overcome and enjoy a beautiful life. Reach out to me. I am really here. I'm really here with you. Ooh, okay, so that's what I got.
That gave me tingles, Terry. And then that same bluey, purpley plaid that I saw it just
that?
blew up in
Wow.
my face, kind of. Wow.
And one thing the guides wanted to say to you was that you are a powerful soul and you are here with a purpose. And they're saying to you that it takes practice. It takes practice to recognize other people's fears and bless them and send them on their way. They're telling me that um, as a gifted person, as a gifted soul, you are attracting abilities to send out vibrations and blessings that will raise the level of faith and hope and love on this planet. So they're just saying, be cautious, don't take their fears on, see them, bless them, and send them on their way. And they also wanted to add, whenever you're confused, come to us, talk to us out loud, ask us questions. We will bring the answers to you. And that's it. Wow. Wow. All right, Tamer. What an honor that was to read for you. And I do want to mention to everyone, fear is the enemy. Fear is the enemy, and there's certainly a lot of fear and anxiety going on. So it is okay to recognize what people are being fearful about, and then, ask God and the guides and the angels to bless that, and then send it on its way. So okay, let's see. Whoobada, just like the guides said, they're good. They're good. The guides are good. Okay, going back to the start questions. Thank you so much. Okay. And we are going to go to, okay. Okay. Roberto Nida. The guides have directed us to your question. Good evening. What does any of my spirit guides say in coming up for me in the near future? Thanks in advance. You're welcome. Okay.
Well, I'm just tuning into your energy, Roberto, and I feel you're a very kind soul. You have love for many, and you have care. And if you won $1 million, you would give $1 to 1 million people.
Oh.
You have a selfless generosity, and just to make it all even, fairness and equality and balance. You have this strong desire to be the change in the world. I feel there are some people in this world that are beautiful to emulate their example and to follow. And actually, Bob Marley is coming to mind. Just somebody who has kindness and grace and conviction and empathy and generosity. It's and they say you're here in this incarnation for a reason. I feel like that you have been incarnated here for a reason, that you feel like there's a purpose in your lifetime, that there is a reason for you being here, and you're being called as well. I feel like your awareness is sort of expanding exponentially. I feel like I see animals as well. You are interacting with telepathy with the animal kingdom, and you have connection to their spirit. You just I feel like you have I feel like you have this well-rounded kindness to your heart, yet there is no I feel like you don't have, not that you don't, but you are working on deciding which direction to apply all of these qualities. And it's almost like your direction is clouded, and I feel as though it's because the path has not yet been laid for you. I feel like that it has not yet been determined, and it has not been decided, and it is important for you to carry on the journey and the in between, and keep doing what you're doing, keep working on you, keep I feel like you do meditate, and you have do you do like healing and like intentional prayers for humanity and for the planet? I do feel you just have this hugeness about your heart, and but there is no decided or eventual endpoint. It is the journey. It is going through and moving through each day, and being in just being and doing what you're doing. I'm not sure that it's for us to know right now. And it's not an easy place to be because you look around and you say, everybody else knows what they're doing. How come I can't know what I'm doing? I don't think it's been created yet. I think that oh my gosh, what did he say? Yes, I feel that. My connection, I believe, is to
Macaque.
Maquis monkeys.
Oh, I
What is it?
think it's
Macaque?
macaque. Macaque monkeys.
Mhm.
Oh, macaque monkeys. I get emotional when I'm around them or even see videos or images of them. That could be a
Fascinating.
past life connection
Mhm.
to you as
Yeah,
well.
I felt
And
that.
he
Could
prays
be.
every night. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And I feel like you're praying that just by you being here, I feel that I'm fortunate for connecting to your energy, as is everyone here in the chat. You do have this energetic, like it feels like it's like rippling out the energy. It's
Mhm.
just rippling out, and your purpose will be defined for you when it's the right time. Sorry it was so long.
Oh,
No problem
no.
because, oh my God, I practically got the very same reading. So, so what they immediately showed me, Roberto, was they kind of showed me a hallway that you're going towards the right, which is the future for me. So that they're showing me kind of your future. What's really interesting about this hallway is it's all red. It's all red and curly cues, curly cues. It's as if you're in one of the fanciest hallways I maybe would have ever seen in like France or Italy. I mean, the everything is carved in curly cues. And so each of us kind of have a dictionary. When I see curly cues like this, it's love, love, that you are surrounded with love. You're in this hall
Mhm.
full of love. But I don't see like art on the wall. I don't see it. And you're walking forward, you're walking in curiosity. And so to me, everything Jean said, it shows that you have a very loving heart. You are walking in love, you're in touch with love. Um, it's a very broad hallway, and I feel that exactly what Jean has said here. This is not quite written for you yet. You have to do the writing. So what I'm feeling like is they're taking you down this journey, this hallway, so that you get to kind of see and pick out the things that you want. And I'm talking spiritually here. Like spiritually, you're kind of looking in this museum full of spiritual stuff, and you get to pick a few gifts here, and that you're on the way. I'm really sorry I don't get anything about monkeys, but I just feel like you
Uh-oh.
are growing, and it's you still have a bit to go and to find out what you want to do. So there you go.
Beautiful. I love that. Beautiful, ladies. I felt, as Jean was speaking and I was tuning into your energy, and I don't know if you picked up on this at all, Terry, but Roberto, you've had quite a few lifetimes on this planet. And what I was feeling like from your guides was that there's there's information there that is coming into you that you have the opportunity to access, but it's not something that comes from great effort. It's just acknowledging that your soul is powerful, you're walking this new journey, and you have all this experience from these lifetimes that is going to come in and give you wisdom and guidance in this coming year. Um, and they also directed me to draw cards. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then I'll tell you a little bit about each card's meaning, and then we'll go ahead and check with the guides to make sure I have the specific message for you. First card, that is King of Cups, emotional mastery. Cups are about emotions. That is a person who, like Jane described, very heart centered, kind hearted, very artistic, and also psychic. That can be the meaning of it as well. But it's a deep feeling soul. It's a soul who has many levels. Not a lot of souls, not a lot of people on the planet right now really have that level of understanding and deep emotion. So let's see what else they have to say. 2025, we have the star card. Woo, baby. That's wishes granted. That's spiritual contentment, serenity, and also it includes healing, and that may be even healing past lives for you. That's what I'm hearing. That you are at the I hope the words are right, but I'm hearing the epochs of many things that have come to you as a soul, many learning experiences, and you are at that point now. And this is a beautiful card, one of the best cards in the deck. Love drawing that card. And now we have the Ace of Wands. I love how the cards tell the story, right? The Ace of Wands is a passionate start. It's a new passion for love and life. It's about saying, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to take all of this energy and emotion inside of me. I know I'm a beautiful soul. I know I have a beautiful future, and I'm going to go for it. It's about igniting desire. So, wow, I can't even I can't even tell you how beautiful all these cards are for you. And they tie in to exactly what the guides were telling us and what Jean was reading in your energy and what Teri had to say. So, wow, what an honor to read for you. I believe the meanings that I gave. The guides are giving me confidence. That's exactly what they want you to know. So, thank you very much and blessings to you. All right.
I'm getting St. Francis energy around Roberto as well.
Yeah,
That he
huge.
may be doing the work of St. Francis. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Roberto. We're really glad that you resonated with that. And I do want to mention in this part of the show, if we do a reading for you, come back later after the show and maybe put a comment in the comment sections. That helps other people who come across our channels to know what we're all about and what we do, and it helps our viewing community grow. So thank you. All right. Whew, good reading. I knew it. I knew it was going to be a special show.
Shout out to the Crone Zone is here.
Oh, all right. And we're going to have a wisdom circle on Monday next week. I don't know what the subject is yet, but it's always something interesting. Okay. We're going to go to, I just, uh-oh. Sorry, did you guys hear that? I just want to go and say a thank you to Acadian Proud. Thank you so much for your support for this channel. We greatly appreciate it. And the message is keep sending love and calming strength and positive white light to everyone and to the guides to use for good of the world. What a wonderful addition that message is for us today. So thank you. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated. Okay. And I do have a question I have to find from our dear, where did it go? Oh, you guys ever have this problem where you've got something starred, but you can't find it later? Okay. Well, I'm sure it'll pop up later. I hope I haven't deleted anything. Let's go back. And okay. Well, apparently I cannot find it. Viviani, if you want to put your question back in again, it was your question, and I was going to read it next. So please put your question back in because for some reason I have lost it, girl. That's not the first time somebody's told me I've lost it, by the way. So we'll go on. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pick this question right here. It's always interesting to read a different type of question, and I'm an animal lover, so I would be honored to try to read this. What do you think, ladies?
Sure.
All right. This is El Min, who asked, "My sister's cat got out of the house. We can't find him. It has been a while. Can you give me any information to help? His name is Boo."
No. And you say it's been a while. Can you tell us a little bit more specifically? Has it been
Yeah.
hours, weeks, month? I get that he's okay, but he's still in the wild. I asked if he was with another family, and it said no. And I feel like he's like sowing his wild oats, if that if that makes sense. Will Boo come back to Elmin's sister? Will Boo come back? I feel like he's going to come back. She said a couple of weeks. I feel like he's going to come back.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm tuning in because I went to the pendulum, but I did not get a very good answer. Not
Okay. Okay.
so I'm going to tune in instead.
I did the same. I tuned in. I got a good answer, but I wanted a little more detail on it. So that's what I'm doing now too, just so y'all know. I'm wondering if you've put any messages out, like on Facebook or, uh, uh, you know, printed out lost cat notices to put in the neighborhood. I feel like someone has been feeding Boo. That's what I see, and I didn't get to see anything more. But I just saw a bowl being put outside, and is this a black cat? I don't know. It could have been because it looked like it was at night, but, I feel like someone has Boo. I agree that Boo I feel that Boo will come back. And for some reason, I just, um, saw those things that the signs that you could put up on your in your neighborhood that I don't think he's that far away either. I think he's pretty close.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I got a yes that Boo is still around. Um, but every time I ask a question about is Boo coming back, or is I going to find Boo, my pendulum holds completely still. So I am not quite. I've rarely ever seen my pendulum just go completely still and not give me any answers. So I probably am asking the wrong question. But even when I tapped in, I didn't get any answers. So I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, that happens sometimes. It's a little tricky with animals, and I guess he's not black, he's silver, and that's, okay, and like I said, I just saw it felt like at nighttime, maybe someone was scooting a little bowl of food out for him,
Mm,
and I just resonated with Jean when she said that, "I feel like he's really close by." I don't know if she'd gone door to door, maybe talked to neighbors, maybe just, kinda reach out a little bit so other people in your neighborhood can help you. Oh. Oh, sorry, Hypnicity. Her black cat has been gone since the April eclipse. Oh, darling. Well, we send wishes that your black cat will find its way home. Okay. Thank you so much for the question. And we're going to go back now to the starred questions. And Viviani, thank you so much for putting that back in. I don't know how I
mm.
lost it. Okay, Viviani would love a message from guides about the new year, please and thank you. And once again, Viviani, we cannot thank you enough for supporting us. So we are happy to read this for you today.
So, Viviani, are you channeling yet? I feel like there are some guides that want to work through you. You might want to, and I know, I feel like you already do automatic writing kind of channeling, but there are some guides that want to work through you. And it'll take a little while, I think you might want to do this in private, or have like a friend that you both in private work on filtering through the messages, and you'll get stronger and stronger with allowing the messages to come through unfiltered, and to allow your ego to step aside. But in the beginning, it's almost like there's like a little bit of a battle back and forth with allowing the messages to come through freely, or so I think that you might want to. I feel like you're going to be working on this. I'm not sure, even if if you've taken Val's class and you're working on this channeling, and I feel like it's important to do it in private, and whatever you feel comfortable doing, but to learn to develop the trust, to develop the consistency, to develop the open channel, to develop the flow and the discernment that you can feel. I didn't look to see which guide. Oh, she took Val's channeling class. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Would be really good for you moving forward in this 2025.
All right. That's exciting news. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Viviani, I saw you climbing mountains. Now, these were not, don't think about, I was seeing like this very artistic representation of mountains, very mid-modern looking mountains, but I just saw you climbing them and looking, resting, sitting on the valleys and looking around. And I heard also messages of congratulations. So after I saw it and I just felt your heart just lifting and growing exponentially. They said, tell her we congratulate her. We congratulate her on overcoming her fears, and overcoming not necessarily fears, but those things that held you back, that made you uncomfortable and unsure. They say that you've worked so hard on overcoming those things and putting it kind of behind you, that you are going to soar this year. This is going to be a great year for you. And I don't see any particular things, but there's it just looks like, well, it just looks like adventure to me. Like you're going to have adventure this year. So, go with that flow.
I love it. That's exciting. Well, what I saw tied in with what both of these ladies said, but I got it in a different vision. I saw a golden clock. It was golden and shiny, and the clock was coming up, and it was like headed towards like midnight. And what I heard was, the time is now. The time is now. And then your guides came through and said, we want you to know that we are ready to see you release all the fears, all the hesitations, all the doubts, and fly like the beautiful soul you are, into your destiny, into your dreams. Know that you are worthy, and you are surrounded by so many of us here. We're cheering you on, and many will be blessed because of your releasing and stepping forward into climbing the mountain, learning, growing, and achieving that which you have come to do. Ooh, I just got big chills on that one. And so it is.
Yeah.
I was told to draw some cards, so I haven't looked at them yet. I just shuffled them and looked over here. So we'll do 3 cards real quick for you, Vivian. The first card is the Sun. Radiant energy, which you certainly have. You have that spiritually, Viviani. I'll testify to that. There's happiness, freedom. This is 2025 here. optimism, just like Teri said, this is a big, big year for success for you in what your heart truly wants, you know? Okay. Now we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay. Queen of Swords is very strong, mentally strong, physically strong. And there's an inner strength to the Queen of Swords. She does things in her own way. She doesn't often do things in a traditional way. And that's part of that card's personality. And then we have another sword. Wow. We have Two of Swords. Now, Two of Swords is about indecision. Okay. That's a beautiful card. And it's also about understanding obstacles when you come up to an impasse. Okay. I'll draw one more because I don't want to end with this card. But I think it's talking about you releasing, like your guides were saying. And I'll tell you what, all three of us will testify to what you go through, to have the faith, to speak out, and to allow spirit to come through you and keep the mind out of the way, right? And have confidence in what you are here on this planet to do. One more. Oh my God, a whole bunch of swords. Whole bunch of swords came in. This is the Four of Swords, and this is about going within. It's about taking a break, and it's about recalibrating what you know and who you are. And that's a very good card. So I think it just kind of validated exactly what all these readings were about, and I'm very excited for you, Viviani. And writing is an excellent choice to practice with. And, it doesn't have to be earth shattering, just write. They'll bring it in, just bring it in. And then you can explore. And then pretty soon you'll be channeling guides, you'll be channeling other entities. I just see all kinds of things coming in your future. Phew. Chills on that. Woo-hoo. All right. And good on you for taking classes and following the nudges that obviously your guides are giving you. Good for you. Okay. Oh, and she says, yes, I need to make more decisions as I move for a big leap of faith. Well, you just take that leap, girl. Take that leap. How exciting. It makes life a lot more exciting too. All right. Moving on. Let's see. We're getting close to the hour, ladies, just to let you know. And we might have a couple more questions in us. Sorry. For some reason, my mouse is giving me trouble. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go down to this is one that I saw that I was told we are to read. Warrior Widow. Our questions closed. I'd like to hear from my grandmother. Is it Madeline or Madeline? I'm not sure. You can let us know the pronunciation if you'd like. And are you here, Warrior Widow?
I thought I just saw
She
something
is.
from Warrior Widow. Not.
Yep.
Oh, yep. At
She's
2:20. Yeah.
Okay. Meant to be. Let's dive in, ladies. Madeleine. Thank you very much. We're reading Grandmother Madeleine.
So I have a dear woman here. She's showing me that she was gray haired, but that was the only way. But otherwise, she seemed younger for her age. Other than her hair, you wouldn't know. She was very, I feel like she did fall ill towards the end of her life and she had to fight. But um, otherwise, it's almost like if I didn't get ill, I'd still be here. Like she's saying that um, it feels like she was always very conscientious and healthy and strong-willed and vital, and it was really uncharacteristic. Like she wasn't always ill or going to the doctor. It wasn't like her to have this. And she's saying, if it wasn't for that one thing, I would still be here. And this is just her saying that she felt and lived well other than this ailment of hers. um I do feel as though she was a happy woman. I feel as though she was social. She was important. I feel like she did work too. And she was very well liked, and she was a little bit particular about maybe what she wore or what she drove, or like everybody knew, oh, here comes Madeline with the purple car or whatever it was. Like she was known for something, and she was proud about that. I don't know, maybe she wore a perfume or something distinctive that people would know it was her. It's almost like she didn't mind what other people said about her. She was just happy to be a part of the group. Um, she was very important, she said, and yes, that she was from Australia. Okay, okay. Um, yeah, yeah. What is your message for Warrior Widow? She's saying, make each day count. You never know when your last day might be. And she's not warning you. She's just saying for all of us. And she's quite she has a a voice that carries. So she may have been, it's social, but she spoke to a lot of people and was heard by a lot of people. Um, and she's saying that make each day count. Um, and make sure you tell those who you love that you love them as often as you can. She's saying that no matter what the circumstances are, it's still the greatest show on earth. Like it's still such a blessing to be here and to live this life and to have these obstacles to overcome. Um, she wants you to know that she is kind of by your side and watching over you. So if you ever need her, she's just a call away. But you ladies.
Well, I'm getting something a little similar. So I would be interested to know. So she's showing me that she had an artistic heart, that she was artistic, that either I don't know, I'm not quite sure how she expressed this art, but she's showing me that somehow she showed this to you. She showed you a lot of beauty. There's definitely, she loved beauty, and I keep trying to narrow it down. Was she an artist? Was she a gardener? Was she what exactly is the art here? But she's saying that her heart lived in art. She was very artistic. She passed this love of art to you, or she tried to. She showed you many things. She tried to. It seems like that she was also, in a lot of ways, a teacher. She could express this to you and express how that art moved the soul, how art moved the mind. And she wants you to to remember that, to keep it up and to pass it on. She wants you to continue to pass this on because it meant a lot to her. She's showing me how that it really lit up her life. Um, because the way she's showing it to me, it might not make sense to others, but she's showing me this most beautiful crystal chandelier. It's just the most beautiful crystal chandelier. And she just kind of lives in that beauty and teaches in that beauty. And just, she's just showing me what she kind of did for you, what she kind of did in life, but definitely that's the thing. Keep passing on this beauty, this love of art, this, yeah, keep passing it on. Thank you.
Wow, that's lovely. Lovely, lovely messages. Uh, the first thing I got as her soul came in was this just vibrance, just a very strong person in her own uh, knowing of how to express herself and what her joys were uh, truly were. She's. I didn't really care what other people were saying. It was important. It was important. I did what I knew I could do and enjoy it. I want you to know it wasn't selfish, but I did a lot of it for myself. She was very, she said, I presented myself well. And once again, she's saying, I did that for myself. She's just kind of got this little beautiful attitude about just accepting and loving herself as I'm getting messages from her. I wrote down some other things. She said, "Yes, I was surprised. I was surprised at how uh, it ended, but now I understand." And she's saying she wants you to understand that right now her spirit is truly, truly free. I am all. I am all that I ever dreamed I could be and more. And she wanted to pass that on to you. She said, be sure and tell her to continue your dreams, to read her stories, to call her in, to dance, to feel, to love life, and know that you are truly free and there's nothing that can hold you back, dear. I am with you.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Very well done.
Good soul
And
to
she said she wrote Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, the first white person allowed
Oh,
into their world.
no way.
Hmm.
yeah,
That's
that's
so cool.
amazing.
See this ring? Oh, you can't see it right now. It's the Lizard Dreamer. It's
Mm.
a silver ring I always wear, and it's the Lizard Dreamer. So you'll probably recognize that. But how nice to have that connection.
Wow.
That's great.
She
Okay.
said she was a teacher and that they did art together. So spot on, ladies, you guys. And she's a
What
good communicator too. So
Mhm.
warrior widow, she's right there for you, with you, and
Absolutely.
encouraging you.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I just keep feeling what a fine woman. Just a
Yeah.
really fine woman. Yeah. Beautiful. And I just love the way she's, you know, I did it for myself.
If that was the first, it won't be the last. Now that the portal is open for you to connect with her,
Oh,
she's going to
yeah.
want to keep that connection open.
Oh, yeah. And if you have anything that belonged to her, that helps sometimes if you wanna just sit down and hold something in your hand or, maybe play some music you knew she enjoyed, or maybe read her work and just get quiet and by yourself, and yeah, she'll come through. She's good.
Mm.
Oh, what a wonderful, reading that was, and we're really honored to have read that. That's cool. Alright, ladies, how are you feeling? Do you wanna do one more? We are
Yeah.
past we are past the hour, but we will do one more. Oh, all right. Let's go back to questions
Kim
and
B said she's wearing a turquoise lizard ring.
oh,
Ah,
Isn't that amazing how those, and I don't know. I just I love the Aboriginal people and I've always been fascinated by them. And when I was a young girl, I got this ring and I've had it my entire life. I managed never to lose it and I love wearing it. So that's a nice connection.
Right?
I love it. Okay, so we're going back up. Let's go to where are we, Spirit? What do we want? Okay, here's one. This is Kim B. Could you tell me about a relevant past life with my friend Pam? Our relationship has been tempestuous at times. Okay, Kim B. and Pam.
I see something around the First World War or maybe even in the 1800s, but I see you both struggling. It could have, it does feel like Europe to me. I'm not really good with history, so bear with me. But I feel like it's either wartime or tough times. It could even be like the French Revolution, but somewhere where everybody was suffering around you and or around each other, and there was a lot of suspicion and a lot of there wasn't a lot of unity or community, or if we could pool our resources we would all be better off. And so I feel like there was a time where you shared this difficult, suspicious and really and I feel like there was some sort of something like there was some sort of comparison happening. Like there was a comparison when everybody was having tough times, but maybe somebody else would be uh, have an advantage of or take an advantage where they wouldn't ordinarily be, like they would say, oh yes, I have 10 kids at home, when they only had two, and they would get more bread than everybody else, and they would go home and eat all that bread, and then everybody else in the line, they would run out of bread. And you're like, that's, there was something about everybody was struggling, but it wasn't fair. There was some comparison, something was uneven, but people were desperate and they would do whatever they had to do in order to feed their family and to make sure, like never knew where the next uh meal would come from, and whether or not it would be there. So I feel as though there was this really desperate time, this really life threatening situation where people were very suspicious and sort of worked against each other rather than together with each other. And it's because of the way that society dictated the rules, and they made people pin against each other, and they created this situation where people would have to be competitive because they couldn't let the people join together and be cooperative, or else they would lose the control. So just keep in mind who's benefiting out of these situations, and who's benefiting out of whatever tempestuous times you and this friend of yours is having, whether or not it's created by a third party or an ideal that is not realistic, and it's much better. You're both much stronger when you pool your resources and combine, instead of sort of holding back and being suspicious of one another. That's what I'm getting. Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah.
I'm getting a past life with Pam in the Orion system.
Wow.
Long, long ago. It's a long. It's a ways ago, And the first thing that they showed me that kind of, I don't know how it describes both of you, but it describes Pam more than you. I see this white cloth that is very white, but it has uh, black flowers uh, woven into it. There's this pattern of black flowers,
Oh.
and I see that on this planet you were frenemies. And they also said if that you were female-like. So they're not saying you were female or male; they're just saying female-like. Okay. And they're showing me that you probably were more friends than enemies, but that your competition together actually brought out the best in both of you. And this was the kind of competition that if something really bad had have happened to you, she would have been the first one there to help you. Even though in your heart back then you probably would have wondered, is she really a friend or an enemy? You would have had a hard time figuring out which one she was. But she would have been the first one there on the doorstep if you needed help. So that's what I'm getting, that it was kind of a competitive thing, and yet, more friends than you would have thought. So there you go.
Don't you just love the intertwining of lifetimes and souls? It's so
Mhm.
fascinating to me. And I got to tell you, Kim, I picked your question before I realized you were the one wearing the turquoise ring, and I went, "Oh," because I just I see it and I click it. This was fascinating to me. I had to write it all down while these guys were talking. Okay, so you've had many, many past lives together. You are in the same soul group, and that was confirmed to me. So you are in this soul group where you're working out ways to learn as a soul and involved. Now, I didn't get the feeling it was every lifetime, but they gave me some. Uh, and it was kind of tied in with Gene. I think that's what maybe Gene was getting, but two males. You both were male, and it was World War One. And what they were telling me was that you two didn't really get along, but when the hard times started, when you guys got really, and I just kept seeing people pinned down in a foxhole, and that you both realized that you could help each other, that you could save other people's lives, and you both worked together in a very strong way to save lives. I heard that clearly. And then there was a lifetime, and I didn't get an age, but I got that Pam was the father and Kim, you were the daughter. This was his in Ireland, and it was you were farmers. Your father was a farmer, and you had a great deal of love for your father. Your father cared for you deeply and read you stories. I just kind of pictured the little family thing by the fireside, right? And he loved you deeply. There were troubled times, and the food was scarce and the weather was bad. And then you fell in love with a young man and you ran away. And I had this that there was a great love that was broken between you and your father, and that you ran away with a young man. And that's what I got.
Oh,
Wow, it came through quick. So, I really feel like you are in this soul group and you do have a very, very powerful connection, and we often do. And lots of times people that sometimes give us a little trouble, they're meant to do that. That's part of the learning experience, and it's part of the plan. So, thank you, Kim. That was kind of exciting.
yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Did you see what Diane G said? Orion already explains a lot. The system was in a long period of civil war. So we were all, so this is the
Ah,
contention. We all got this sort of, yeah.
Content. Yep.
Mhm.
mhm. It was very powerful it came through very powerful and clear that the relationship is very involved and very, I feel like you've both learned a lot in your lifetimes from each other, and that's so cool. How neat. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Wow, I could just keep going forever, you guys. I love this so very much, but I guess there comes a time when we have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to remove this question, and I don't see the remove current. There it is. All right. Thanks again to everyone today who not only had their question read and asked their question, but all of you who upheld each other and supported us, because we truly do. I don't know how to explain it to you. We truly do feel your energy as we come in to read, and it's powerful stuff. And we acknowledge it, and we honor you for joining us today and helping us have this wonderful thing. Okay, Kim says she will find this fascinating. We did. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies, do you have some things you want to tell people about that are coming up?
I have a metaphysical market tomorrow. If anyone's in the Everett, Washington area, in the Everett Mall, we're having a little market. I'll have a booth there, and you can come get a reading in person. And then the very next day on Sunday, I'm going to be on with Alice Martin of Heart and Soul Connected.
I love Allie. That's beautiful. You guys are so good together. I love your shows. All right. Well, what's up coming up for you, Jane?
I have Akila B will be on with me tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern.
She's
And Ivana Intuitive will be on after that show at 2 p.m. Eastern. And please do just subscribe to each one of our channels so that you get the notifications of all of our live shows, of everywhere that we are, whether we're guesting on somebody else's show, we put that in our community page. And if you're subscribed, you do get that notification in our community page. And we just thank you very much. We really appreciate everybody who leaves a comment below, who hits the thumbs up and hits the like and share this information or these shows with other people, and to make a comment. We really do appreciate that. And Teri Lee, where will you be next?
Well, we will be doing guest spots, all of us, on the Wisdom Circle on Monday. And that's going to be at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, and 3 Pacific. I hope I have that right, ladies.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I like to read solo every week, so I will be on Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and that will be at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, and 2 Pacific. And then, wow, we've all got a lot going on. And I just want to add, and I just felt this so strongly, that this is the year. This is the year for us to share with each other, grow our communities, get private readings, join these communities where you can get messages that are perfect for this year that we're facing. And I think it's going to be, I had a real turnaround. I don't know if you ladies did too, but I had a real turnaround where I just settled. And then all of a sudden I started to feel like this is going to be a very, very powerful year, and a very powerful year for our spiritual community. So hold the light and share the love, and please tell others about all of us and our readings. We do have the links in the description of our shows to get a private reading with each of us, and it is truly one of our joys. So thank you once again, and hey, let's just jump off that cliff into 2025. Here we go. Big love to all of you. And the message I have to say at the end of every show, because the guides told me to specifically do it, is please know this in a powerful way. You are loved beyond measure. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Teri Lee.
You're welcome.
Bye, everybody.